2020. See it all here on Food Science TV. Episode 3, Beyond Impossible Fish. Here in Wisconsin, we have a new crisis. Something we never thought could ever happen. Lake perch is in short supply. These golden belly beauties of the fresh waters are sadly depleted by overfishing. Pollution doesn't help, and they are really hard to farm. It's an ecological disaster that can affect the social fabric of Wisconsin. Maybe food science can come to the rescue. It's got to be possible to bring a perch substitute to help preserve our Friday fish fry experience. It's being done now by Loma, famous for veggie chicken, that is making Tuno in a number of flavors and packages. And you know, it's probably pretty easy to do this with the modern extruders and process equipment that they use to make the red stuff. They wouldn't really need the heme or iron. Just get the texture right and perhaps some flavor to emulate the lakes and rivers that they normally come from. And if you think about it, fish take on the flavor of what they're swimming in. So that should be pretty easy too. Somehow, some way, either they eat plants or they eat stuff that eat the plants, called seaweed. And isn't seaweed really healthy for you too? And the cool thing about seaweed is you can grow it in aquariums or tanks, so you can control its purity and use it for fish flavor. And you know what? It's out there already too. It comes in flake form, sriracha form, all sorts of forms for whatever fish seasoning you might need. And another thing being done now is there's a lot of fishless fish already available everywhere, so you don't even have to think about making your own. This company's been doing it for years. They make fish and other proteins out of mycoprotein. It comes from a mushroom-like organism that's present in the soil. They make a whole lot of it in a fermenter over time and form it into cakes and chunks and perhaps extrude and process it in all sorts of forms like their fish sticks you can buy now. And here's the latest concept from a company called Finless Fish. We'll post some links on videos on this one, but essentially they are growing or fermenting real fish flesh on a cellular basis. This is based on stem cell production processes learned for the medical purposes, and with heavy science to make lots of it into real fish meat for you to eat.
And Finless Foods is doing is taking a lot of that knowledge that's really been developed around sort of more medical applications and applying it to the production of food.
It all started by taking stem cells from a $300 a pound bluefin tuna that gets replicated to make a, let's say, $50 a pound fake tuna steak. These guys are well funded and well on their way to actually making this happen. They are perfectly addressing our issue with perch here in Wisconsin, where farming is difficult and antibiotics ultimately adds or includes mercury from feedstocks and is not sustainable. Their process could be the key to creating a sustainable supply of perch substitute to make our wonderful Wisconsin fish fry truly a permanent cultural tradition. Okay, that's all pie in the sky. Whatever the future brings, I don't know. Let's see what we can do about it now. Let's use some good fishless tuna, like the stuff made by Loma Linda, who makes Tuno. I found this stuff to be about the same price as regular tuna in a can. So it's time for Let's Cook With It. Today we're going to make something suspiciously fishy. It's not tuna, it's Tuno. Made with everyone's favorite mac and cheese. With the ever-popular Taco Bell's innovative Crunch Wrap. Can you guess the crunch? It all starts with the mac and cheese. You'll maybe want to make it ahead so you can refrigerate it. Lots of standard box mix choices will do, or maybe you want to get premium vegan or organic. Next thing is you're going to need a big burrito size flour tortilla. At least 10 inches big is best. You're also going to need a spreadable cheese. We really like Cheese Whiz. It's saucy and smooth, low fat too. Let's now talk about the star of the show, Tuno, which is right out of the can, not the same as your everyday chicken of the sea. You gotta expect some noticeable differences here because no bones about it, it's just not fish. And it maybe is gonna be kind of a shock, but it's not really gonna matter as you will soon see. Let's get side by side and see what the food scientists are up against here. You see, the chicken of the sea tuna is flaky and holds together in big chunks, whereas Tuno has a greenish plant hue and is smaller, more uniform globules. You know, tuna isn't that tasty anyway. That's why we're mixing it with mac and cheese. Okay, sticking with the side-by-side comparison, we are mixing about the same amount of our previously prepared mac and cheese to each of the full cans of chicken of the sea and Tuno. And you'll note that the chicken of the sea is in the blue bowl, Tuno in the purple. Both now 50-50 protein to pasta. You might choose your own ratio and add whatever you like in your favorite tuna salad concoction, but you can see now that they look almost the same. And now here's the whiz, spread out in a pretty ample layer in the middle of your big 10-inch burrito size flour tortillas. Because, you know, Taco Bell uses cheese sauce in all of its crunch wraps. Now, right on top of the whiz goes our Tuno mixtures. And you're going to use like about a half a cup. That may work, but it depends on your toppings and the size of your crunch. Oh no, we didn't talk about crunch. We think walnuts are the best for crunch because they add omegas, which might not be in Tuno, and add flavor roasted on our panini grill. But you want them kind of a light brown medium roast with a medium to low setting on your grill. Don't burn them or they get bitter. We also use a grated cheese over our toppings to provide a little glue for the walnuts. This is an option, but may enhance the cheesiness of your final product. And there you go, mac and cheese and tuna and walnuts. And now comes the wrapping part of Crunch Wrap. It's a little tough, but you can figure it out. It works best when the tortillas are a little warm. Just keep folding in the sides until you get it all closed up and then hold it together until you get it to the grill. Okay, now we're doing the Tuno version. Keep folding in the sides until you get it all closed up. And then on the final wrap, we're going to add a walnut so we can differentiate it between that one and the real tuna, which has been transformed by our panini grill into a homemade crunch wrap. There's even grill marks, and it all holds together perfectly. And another little trick with our panini is we do a quarter turn and cook it a little more. That's the Tuno version for a nice crosshatch pattern. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's cut this one open. This is the chicken of the sea. And see what's inside. Looks flaky and saucy. How's it taste? Tastes like chicken of the sea. And I still get that powdery, dry flavor and texture from the tuna. but it's a great seafood crunch wrap. Now let's try the Tuno version. I think it's saucy and smooth with a great chew and crunch. They're both great, and they both cost about the same, and I see no reason to make this with endangered real fish. An afterthought was to add a squeeze of lemon to add some vitamin C and fresh flavor. Please try all sorts of fish options that you can find. And subscribe at YouTube. See our website for more. And thanks for watching.